Serving up the truth, a breakfast response on what it really means to be blind.
Featuring blind speakers and blind people performing various tasks.
My name is Danielle McCann, and I am a proud blind Latina living in Maryland.
My name is Sean Calloway. I'm an African American blind man who resides in Washington, D.C.
My name is Jim Marks. I am blind. I live in Helena, Montana, and I bear a long white cane and firearms.
Hi, my name is Anil Lewis. I'm one of the co-hosts of the National Federation of the Blind Nations Blind podcast. And in a recent taping, we addressed an episode that was on the Breakfast Club morning show. We wanted to take this opportunity to really set the record straight on some of the questions that came up in their commentary. We recognize that humor sometimes is entertaining, but we also recognize that in this particular instance, humor could be extremely harmful. So we're going to tackle some of the questions that came up in their dialogue.
How do blind people write letters?
Blind people write letters with our hands or with our voices.
Wow.
So contrary to some popular beliefs, Braille is not the only way that we are able to write letters. We can use something called a computer. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. With technology that has evolved over several decades that synthesizes speech to text. So if you've ever heard the voice of your artificial intelligence assistant like Siri, it's that sort of voice that produces the sound through which then we can type and hear back what is being typed. And also we can use dictation. And so it's really not a mystery how we write letters.
Blind people actually still use typewriters. I know that was something that was done in the past, and some people actually have handwriting using raised line paper to write things in print. But I love the fact that as a blind person, I can write a letter in Braille to my blind friend that someone else who is not blind can't read, and they can write me back in Braille.
Yeah, and technology also has a hand in us reading our mail. So when we receive correspondence back that is written in print, we are able to use technology to then digest the content of what it was written back to us.
And I love that the technology we use to do that also sighted people are using more and more. When we started doing optical character recognition so that we could scan information and have it read through synthesized speech, now everybody's using OCR. So
yeah, exactly.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Breakfast Club. Yeah.
Yep.
How do blind people check their mail?
As a blind person, for me, checking the mail, well, it depends on what kind of mail. If it's email, I check it on my computer.
Oh,
And
wow.
if it's physical mail, I just walk to my mailbox and take it out.
I like the free app by Microsoft, the Sing AI, and it has the little setting where it just reads the mail or reads text automatically without having to do anything. So it lets me hold my mail underneath that camera, and I can tell whether it's junk or not. And then if it's something I really want to read, I can change it to document scan. It'll scan the whole document. I can save it as a digital copy. So it's really nice to use technology to go through mail very efficiently.
It's also environmentally friendly. You can go paperless, man.
There you go.
How do blind people travel day to day?
Wow. Well, I travel with my feet. I walk with my white cane to the bus stop. Sometimes I will get on the bus and travel to the subway station where I can then catch the train to a destination. I also use rideshare, meaning since my daughter was 3 years old, I would walk out of my house with my white cane to the car, actually open the door and sit in the car.
Oh,
Ride to
wow.
pick my daughter up from school. By the way, I will get out the car with my white cane, walk up the stairs to then go to the door and ring the bell and say, yes, I'm here for my daughter. My daughter comes out, we walk back out, we get back in the car,
That's so amazing.
ride back home. I actually walk out of the car to my
Amazing.
stairs and I'm home. Those are some of the ways I travel,
Sounds very similar to the way that other people travel.
pretty much.
They just
And-
don't look as good because they don't have a white cane.
And to set the record straight, I travel with a guide dog. I still have to know where I'm going. She just gets me around things safely. So I very much am the brains of that operation. And no, I do not ride on her back.
How do blind people know how to use things?
I've been a hunter's education instructor for the state of Montana for over 20 years. I teach people firearm safety, including some of the rules around firearm safety, such as being sure of your target and beyond. It's not the gun that's the dangerous thing. It's basically human judgment. And I do believe that gun rights are civil rights. So the way that I use a firearm is I work with a spotter, another human being who's going to help me aim my firearm in the correct direction. They'll tell me up, down, left, and right, and fire. And it takes lots of practice. But I have been doing this for years and years. And I would venture to say that as a blind man, I'm a better shot than like 98% of the people in the United States.
I think one of the fatal mistakes that sighted people make is they think that by closing their eyes, they can understand what it's like to live as a blind person, and that's just wrong. Blind people learn how to do the same things that everyone else does. We may use some alternative techniques to do it. We already mentioned Braille earlier. The access technology we use allows us to access the same computers that everybody else uses, and we learn just like everyone else. We're taught, and in some instances, when there's no one to teach, we innovate. And a lot of things that we've done as blind people to make sure that we can live fully independent lives have really helped broader society. I always like to focus on, we really wanted to get more information about our environments while we travel. So we started investing in talking GPS systems, et cetera. And now we notice that most everybody, uses the talking GPS, not just looking at maps. So I think that in instances where we are the butt of someone else's joke, it diminishes the fact that we contribute in a real way to making society better.
What should people expect of blind people?
The same thing they would expect of sighted people. That's what you should expect from a blind person. We're people.
Amen. Because if you don't expect certain things from us, then that means you have low expectations of us and our capabilities.
And that's a you problem. That's not an us problem.
That's correct.
I also think that if someone really wants to know about what we do, how we live our lives, how we get around, all that, hang out with a blind person. I really think that you would learn a whole lot from that. Well, I would like to invite the Breakfast Club to come hang out with us at the headquarters of the National Federation of the Blind here in Baltimore to see what blind people are all about. What do you think, Sean?
No, I'd rather travel on a train with my white cane to meet with the Breakfast Club face to face in their wonderful studios.
Yes, road trip.
Amen.
Connect with us at communications@nfb.org.
National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.